one of the causes that you mentioned also, and that is very close to your heart, is the wage equality for women. And Massachusetts Equal Pay Act was passed in 1945, but there is still a huge discrepancy in pay. Why do you think that's so? And as a state treasurer, what have you done to bridge that gap?
So, Equal Pay Acts have been passed all over the country and in the federal government. That doesn't mean that the paradigm has changed. And when I mentioned Evelyn Murphy in the book she wrote, and she wrote that as a Brandeis Fellow, what she did is she dug under to try to figure out what is keeping women from getting paid what they should be. And in Massachusetts today, we're a little bit better, but then again, we have one of the highest educated women populations in the country. So in total, we're 82 cents on the dollar, but African American women in Massachusetts are 62 cents on the dollar. Latina women, 50 cents on the dollar in Massachusetts. And we look at what are the causes, but then how have they become institutionalized? That they become institutionalized cultural barriers. So, Evelyn did the research, she identified the issues, and then she wrote the how to get it done. And for me, it is important, of course, to pass laws, but it's more important to get to the heart of the problem and change it. So from the moment I was elected, even before I was sworn in every hiring decision that we had, we looked at who was the most qualified and paid them what we were worth. We also encouraged women and people of color to apply to this office because they would be valued and viewed completely equally to anyone else, and that there was enormous opportunity. But I think a very, very important focus was who was to become our human resource managers, who was going to be our head of human resource, who was going to be our head of human resource at the lottery, at the Mass School Building Authority. What were they doing over at the pension fund? And how did we get management to understand that it is their job to assure that people are paid properly, that it is their job to look at resumes in light of real skills, not whether you were able to stay in a job for X amount of years. And then what could we do internally to create a more family supportive, family friendly environment?